Thanks for tuning in to Alex's Oddities and Amazing Moments Under the Ocean. That's my best old-timey voice. Check out this bull shark and look at his entourage. Holy mother. Those were what's called cobia, and they are very sought after by people who like killing fish. I personally don't kill them, but it was a heck of a moment for Alex. This is a Pacific sailfin tang. Now, you might be wondering, wow, that's a very interesting looking fish. I've never seen this before. And that is because this fish isn't supposed to be here technically. Now, watch it open up its little fins. Look at how high those fins go. It has these huge, they're called a sailfin tang because, by golly, that freaking dorsal fin goes up really high. They are absolutely stunning, and they are from the South Pacific, like where the lionfish are from, over there in the Indian Ocean. Now, there's not really a problem with this guy being here because really they don't really, predate on anything important. So to have this big old beautiful tang here is just kind of a nice thing. But unfortunately, I think somebody did kill this beautiful thing because it was technically invasive. There can be a fish that's just not from around here that isn't that invasive. And then there can be a fish like the lionfish that is extremely invasive, possibly one of the most invasive species on the planet. This is a remora, and it's hanging out with Alex. He got a nice little video of him cruising along. Sometimes they just suction to your scooter or to your leg, and it kind of is pretty startling sometimes to have this, 2-foot fish just attached to you out of nowhere. But they are pretty cute, and they don't cause any problems. This is a crazy little goatfish. Now, I think this might be a mating thing. I don't know. That doesn't seem very aggressive. They're using their little goatfish whiskers to do a little crazy dance. And this is a spotted goatfish, super cute. And look at all of these awesome barracuda. People often tell me, oh, geez, I'm so scared of barracuda. Really, barracuda are pretty much harmless. They're, to humans anyway. They are not harmless to a fish. These guys have the most razor-sharp teeth I've ever seen, and they can just fly by a fish and just cut it in half with just the movement of them swimming past it. They are an amazing hunter. Now, watch this little surprise. Look at this guy. This is an eel allowing this beautiful black Barracuda to go inside of its mouth and clean all of its little parasites. And you can see how the tail undulates very much like an eel. So it's kind of weird that this eel has an eel-like character with this weird little snub nose going in there and cleaning all of his little parasites. They're one of the coolest fish, and they're very rare to see. This beautiful parrotfish is having a little tussle. Look at are they hanging out? The funny part is coming up in this video, though. Alex was filming all of these cool moments throughout the years and decided to share them with everybody. So I went ahead and put together the video. Look at them making out. They're just having a makeout fest. Now, keep watching. This is hilarious. And the simultaneous poop. For a fish to do this and then introduce pooping choreography is pretty impressive. I don't know if that was just, happenstance, but they pooped at the exact same time, which is pretty interesting. Parrotfish eat chunks of the reef, and basically they grind it all up, and that's what creates most of the sand that we see down at the bottom. Other than erosion, parrotfish are responsible for pretty much most of the sand in the ocean, which is pretty wild considering how much there is. They've been doing this for thousands upon thousands of years, of course, and it really adds up over time. Look at this cute little guy. These two will pair up a lot of times and become hunting buddies, but this guy is so still and calm. This is one of the craziest fish ever, called the batfish. And as you can see, it just walks around on its little feet. Also called a sea robin, but I believe this one is just the straight batfish. Sea robins are a little bit different, actually. They have bigger lips, I believe. But anyway, either way, beautiful fish. Look at this guy. He's coiled up just like a snake. And as the fish goes by, look at him looking at it like, oh, that sounds pretty good right there. Never mind. I'll just wait for another one. And then he's got this cute little grouper guy. A lot of these eels attract a friendly hunter, where the hunter stays with them, and they're not going to eat the person. They both kind of work in tandem to get fish once the fish are stirred up by the eel. So it's pretty cool. This is a sharp tail eel. It's a very unique eel. Sometimes they just slither around and they'll go with their head in a hole looking for a little shrimp to eat or some sort of little crustacean. And they just kind of go about their business, but their little polka dot pajamas are super interesting. Look at all that beautiful. Now this is cool. This is a hermit crab, but he doesn't seem to be bothered by Alex's presence. And it's in fast motion here, so you can see how quickly this guy's sifting through all of this sand, just looking for yummy yums. Look at him go. He's just going to town it. So you see these guys a lot of times. You see this great big old shell, and there will be nothing in it sometimes, but sometimes you'll see one of those little fellers. And this is another one of those big lobster dens. It's pretty cool to see so many lobsters in one little hole. That means humans haven't gotten to them over there when it's lobster season. People like to kill these poor little guys. I don't do that. I just kill lionfish. There's plenty of lionfish meat. You don't need all these guys personally, but hey, people like lobsters, and it's actually a big part of the diving ecosystem of money around Florida. People like to go hunt lobsters, so they spend a bunch of money and they go on vacations and they go down to the Florida Keys and catch lobsters during what's called mini season. But I don't like doing it. This is actually at our beautiful Blue Heron Bridge. A lot of people go to get their dive training done at Blue Heron Bridge, and you can see these awesome seahorses. You rarely ever see them on the actual reef, so it's kind of a cool place to go see. Look at him. He's looking for some food underneath here. I think that's the reason for this weird. See, just got a little peck on the plant. Probably eating itty-bitty tiny little crustaceans. They have a little pipette feeding where they use their little pipette nose to grab little crunchy yum-yums. Look at that. Isn't that cool? They just, you hardly can see them when you're down there because they look similar to what they're holding on to, which is pretty neat. This is one of the best places in Florida to see a seahorse. If you go to Blue Heron Bridge, I highly recommend. You just throw go get your snorkel gear over at Force E Scuba and just go out there and have some fun. You can always reuse it and bring it with you on the next trip. This is a spotted eagle ray. These are pretty rare on the reef, but we do see them once again at Blue Heron Bridge. Very common. You'll just see one swimming by. But out in the open ocean, it's pretty rare. You see his little tails chopped off there, poor little feller. These do have a barb on the end of their tail, similar to a regular stingray, whereas other mantas don't. And we have a couple of green sea turtles. But the interesting moment here is that when you realize that male is actually mounting another male. Oops. That word, see their tails are both long. He thought it was a lady. They're doing a little, you never know. Turtles, a lot of animals in the animal kingdom are kind of gay. Pretty common in human beings and in animals. I believe that we are just animals anyway. So anyway, pretty natural. Now we got this guy here, beautiful loggerhead. Not even that spooked by the fact that Alex is hunting. That is a female. See her short little tail? She's got hardly any tail at all. Just a wee little thing. So sometimes, the turtles are kind of laying around with a bunch of lionfish, and we've got to do what we got to do. We got to get them. Thanks for watching.